Good evening and welcome. So, my name is Danielle. I am the Divine Channeler, and I'll be here for the next hour and 15 minutes. The purpose of tonight is to share with you some insights with some readings, but also offer a trance channel transmission. That's a space that you can go into with me, with spirit, to receive guidance and healing and empowerment, essentially. So, yeah, let me know who's here. Pop up your name, that helps. And if you're new, that also helps as well. So, and just get your questions ready. So, that's really helpful too. So, I just want to share a few things that I've got going on because we do have quite a bit coming up in the very near future. So I am busy for this month, and then heading into November, we've got 2 events back to back, which is not ideal for me, but it's okay. So we're finishing the year with a bit of a bang. So the first thing coming up in November, I'll just bring the other event up as well. So little mini readings too. So it's a good way to kind of try before you invest in something to get to know. Oh, okay. No audio. That's interesting. Uh, is that better? Can you hear me now? Can everyone? Oh, yeah. All good now? Oh, my Godfather. Okay. We'll just start again, shall we? Take 2. Excellent. All right. I'll go back to the beginning. You know, it's interesting because I did a Zoom session today, and excellent. Everyone can hear me now. Just when the screen was full. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, Des. I will make sure to leave me on the screen next time. So there, I had some tech issues today. Mercury's in retrograde along with 5 other planets. So when Mercury's in retrograde, sometimes your technical appliances can do weird things, and I had that today in a session on Zoom where everything just froze, then my whole computer froze, and anyway, it was a bit of a Control-Alt-Delete situation. So if you are having tech problems that are just weird and wonderful and they come and go and you don't know what's going on, sometimes it's Mercury retrograde. They also say to not do any kind of major purchases around that time. It's really a time for revisiting and rehashing over things rather than it's a pause and a revisit as opposed to moving too far forward. But thankfully, it only lasts a certain period of time and then we get to move on. So, okay, excellent. So everything's good now. Everyone can hear me. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. So my name's Danielle. I am the Divine Channeler. My work is quite diverse, but in this instance, on this live, I will be offering free readings and also I will be doing a trance channel transmission. So bringing through spirit to share with you their words, their wisdom, their guidance, and their healing. Okay, so I will let you know now what. Uh, so may there be more. What was that? May there be more Freddie than Mercury in your retrograde. A girlfriend of mine, her daughter is Queen Freddie Mercury mad. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So let's go one by one on the screens, and I will stay with you so that I can do the whole. So we've got the Living Wellness and Psychic Expo, which is coming up on Sunday, the 6th of November in Young. So I'm very pleased to be going back to Young. We had a wonderful response from Young and surrounding areas. So we hope that you will get on board for this next one. It'll be the perfect opportunity to grab some special and unique Christmas presents or gifts, or even just to come and indulge for yourself on the day. So the next thing we have coming up will be the Alternative Health and Wellness Expo. So this is a new event. It's funny, all of pretty much everything I do comes from spirit, just dropping a penny, like dropping a seed. And sometimes my ego, I'll have some resistance that I need to work through, a little bit like when Spirit asked me to take some classes on live, and it was 12 months before the first lockdown hit. So when the lockdown hit, and then I did have to move my classes live, not live, online, it all kind of made sense. So there can be times where there's resistance, but there's other times when they drop these beautiful golden nuggets, these seeds, and my whole being just gets really excited about it. So this event is one of them. So I instantly went into planning mode and what could we do? What can we have? Who do I already know that would be involved in this? So it's basically a gathering of mainly local practitioners. A lot of us work from home, and there may be quite a lot of us that you're not even aware of. So it's a bit of a one-stop shop where you can come and have mini treatments. You can also check in with these practitioners and learn more. But I'm planning on having a whole day of stage presentations for you to enjoy. So that's them sharing all of their wisdom, but there'll also be demonstrations and experiential platforms or presentations as well. So I've got a friend of mine that's coming to do Arcturian light language, and we're thinking a group regression as well, past life regression. So you'll get a lot of bang for your buck with the Alternative Health and Wellness Expo. So it's on Sunday the 13th of November, and it'll be at Bathurst Panthers because that is our home for the Living Wellness events in Bathurst. So if you just want to, if you have a question that you would like some insight for, just pop your question up and be very specific. I don't answer generals. If you offer something specific, I can be specific, or Spirit can be specific as well. So that's really important. While you're doing that, this week is a little bit busy for me, but post this week, I will have availabilities for one-on-one soul guidance sessions where you come in with an intention, and with Spirit's assistance and my tuning in, we gently unpack what that is and get to some core wounding, and they'll show me how we go about moving into a healing space and a releasing space to help resolve those issues and empower you to move forward. Beyond that, we also have, I'm used to saying we because of living wellness. I see it as a we, not a me. Um, Beyond that, or as well as readings. So I offer readings, but I won't be doing anything this week. It'll be the following week. And I also run classes too. So if you like the Trance channel, at the end of this, it's just a tiny little snippet as to what we do in the Trance channel. Meditation and spiritual awareness classes. So, and if you can't make a class, which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, then I have a subscription, a monthly subscription. So they just come to your inbox. You get 6 whole days to enjoy it at your leisure or as many times as you like. So, okie dokie. So I'm just going to scroll up. If anyone wants to like and share this, I'd really appreciate it as well. Hi, Antonina. She's just saying she had to get in early. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining me. Okay. Hi, Karen. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for telling me what the tech issue is. I'm just going to find a question here. Okay, Antonina. This is a mummy and daddy decision. I'm just going to be completely honest, which I always am, but so he's going through assessments for government funding for NDIS. So your professionals, your speech and OT, they will let you know how they feel they can progress, obviously, and how they feel that they can help him, and whether they feel that he needs anything else. Okay, any info for how he is really going? What I'm being shown straight away is to actually ask him to actually ask, because I know you, I know what you look like, and I've worked with you before, so I'm actually seeing you and talking to him and just asking him how he feels about going to it, and how he feels before and how he feels afterwards, and that would help you to minimize if there's any stress that's attached to these appointments, or whatever he's feeling. So it's not very insightful. It's not very kind of psychic, my information, but honestly, you know your son. So, and I can't speak from a professional perspective regarding your OT and your speech therapist. So that's really up for them. Okay. But check in with him. Okay. So he's going to tell you how he feels. Okay, Layla. No mediumship on these spaces because there's a 30-second delay. So it takes a little bit of time to get any validation. Okay, Linda Lou, live at her place. Thank you. Oh, and her daughter is watching Freddie as we speak. She's 6. Go, Ita. Cody, just pop a question up. Be specific. Is my health okay? Now it's funny. A lot of psychics don't do health, so there is a disclaimer that comes with any psychic that will offer any health advice, and that is that I am not a health professional. So I can attempt to tune in and feel what you have going on in your body, and if there's any insight around that. They're actually just saying to listen to your intuition. You're actually a lot more switched on than what you believe yourself to be. And it feels like there's quite a lot of confusion around that. So you tend to doubt what it is that you're feeling and second guess yourself all the time. Um, um, is there a sense of anxiety that comes up with you, and a little bit of, because I'm feeling a little bit of nausea and fluttering, and I don't suffer from anxiety, so it's a bit of a strange one for me to feel. So sometimes that kind of ill feeling can feel a little anxious as well. So yeah, potentially stomach issues or food related issues. So they're things that you can. Okay, yes, you get anxiety. Thank you. So they're actually referring to food as well. Not sure whether you get like flippy belly, like yeah, which is nausea, but it feels like it's doing flips. Um, and that's something you can ascertain what's hindering you and what's working for you by being really mindful about what you're eating and what you feel when you eat it, and also being mindful about what your body wants. So asking your body beforehand what it feels like, because your brain and your body, in a sense of sugar and carb addictions, will crave certain things. So it's not necessarily that that's what your body wants. Um, yeah. So just let me know if you do, if that resonates with you regarding the food. But that's currently where they're directing me at the moment. Um, and the second guessing and the fact that you actually are quite intuitive and tuned in. Okay. So, um, yeah. And are you around horses at all? I'm seeing horses. Whether you work with horses or have a horse. Um, yeah, because I feel like the animals help you with your anxiety as well. So if it's not a horse, then a cat or something. But yeah, I'm seeing specifically horses. So just let me know if any of that makes sense. Lucinda, I'd love to know how the birth of my daughter's first child would be. I have no idea, lovely. I can't predict any of that. That is way too many variables. Um, What you can do, though, is to just be sending lots of love to your daughter, be there for your daughter in whatever way you can, and sending lots of love to the child. That's always very helpful. So it's not really a question that anyone in this field really can answer. Okay. Ah, do you see my deceased dad's house selling next week at auction in Ireland? They're saying there's a hold up, but it won't be very long. It's like it's really only a matter of, okay, so they're giving me 8, and I feel like it'll be 8 weeks, but there is a hold up. So I'm not sure whether you need to, something about inspections, whether you need to, or generally that's the buyer's responsibility. And I'm not sure how it works over there in Ireland, but yeah, there may be a slight delay, and I'm being shown 8, and I'm feeling like it's 8 weeks. Hopefully that's it. Otherwise, it's 8 months or it's the eighth month. But I'm going to go with 8 weeks for this. It does feel like whatever the delay is, that it will, and it could even be, regarding the settlement or something like that. So, yeah, I'm feeling like there's just a short delay. Okay. And we'll see. Come back on and let us know how that goes. Genevieve. Oh, golly. Okay. So, my best friend and I are taking some space at the moment after coming up against a situation in which we both deeply disagreed with each other. Any insight into the future of my friendship with this person? I feel like one person will give more and the other person will be more stoic in in the situation. It feels like one is ready to let bygones be bygones, while the other person requires a little bit more length in time to process their emotions. And I feel like it's your friend that is processing their emotions. Now, there is no set right time on that happening. So, for you, I feel it's a matter of just allowing and understanding that she's going through whatever she's going through. I do feel like you will come together and have another discussion, but a very brief, light discussion. And it's almost like testing the waters. So just understand that not every one of us see eye to eye on all situations. It's just a matter of whatever has come up and whatever has been triggered by this disagreement. Then each person is processing their own stuff, their own triggers, their own belief system. They're being challenged. So yeah, I feel like it will mend, but it's going to take some time. So I feel like it'll be that one brief kind of light introduction and then you guys will build from that. But I feel like it'll be a bit of a slow and steady burn on that, and that's not a bad thing, because it gives you both the time and space to be able to process whatever's coming up at whatever time. So and sometimes it just, what they're kind of saying is that it's it's about showing support for the differing points of view. So um, if if it's not your trigger and it doesn't affect you, and you can respect and honor someone for exactly where they are at any given point, then you have the ability to be able to be there still. Okay. And I feel like that is you. Okay. So let me know. Let me know how you get on with that. Okay. Thank you very much for that. It's been quite a journey. Of course it would be. And yeah, trying to get everything done from Australia, definitely. Look, I do feel it'll be successful, but I feel like there's a delay of some description, and it does feel like it is a short delay. And it could even be like, I don't know when the right time to sell a house in Ireland is. But maybe it's not kind of being seen in its best light at this moment, and it has got a lot of energy of grief attached to it. So you could be visualizing that you're gathering up your father's energy, okay, and and adding some light into the home that will help to clear any densities or anything that's attached there. So yeah, I hope that helps. Oh, excellent, Genevieve. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me for sure. Good stuff. Oh, Antonina, that's wonderful. Um, I did some work with Antonina, and she was encouraged that the kids got their own rooms and they're enjoying it. So I'm really pleased to hear. I knew it was going to be successful, so I'm glad you took the leap. Okay. Okay, I just want to go to Antonina quickly. He's doing well and a little scared for tomorrow's appointment, but okay when explaining it to him. Excellent. Yep. Yep. Yeah, so it's just all about supporting him emotionally and allowing him to have a say, you know. And then when you're doing that, then um, he doesn't feel like he's kind of being dragged from pillar to post, okay? Because it just feels a little daunting at times. Okay, Michelle. I had no sleep last night with heart racing all night and feeling weird. What's your question? Let me know what your question is, Michelle, and we'll get to you. Chloe, what's your question too? You said that you're stressed, so give me some direction and I'll offer you some insight. Okay, Amanda Jane. Hello, I would love to know if healing and in what modality is the best career path for me. So instantly what I'm seeing is art. I'm seeing color on paper. Now, this may not be your career path, but this is what they're showing me. So, to move you into a space of getting out of your head and getting into the mode or method of just channeling, and sometimes doodling and creating helps us move out of that head space and into channeling space. So they're saying that that is a way for you to then receive insights regarding how you move forward. They're also referring to the fact that there are many different modalities, and it's just a matter of you. The first one you pick may not necessarily be the one that you end up with or you end up doing long term. So, all modalities have an ability to kind of build on it. So, with Reiki, you do Reiki level 1 and 2 and your masters. If you wanted to go and do sound healing, then there's steps for that. So there's no reason why you can't go and do foundation levels with different modalities, or even go and have healings with different practitioners offering different modalities, so that you can feel what is best for you. So I can't tell you exactly what you're going to do, because healing takes so many different forms. Um, so they are showing me hands on, which there's so many different. There is Reiki, but there is so many other different energy um, modalities out there. But I'm also seeing the sound bowls as well. So whether you move into a combination of these things, and that's what happens as a healer, is that you do your steps and your training, and then you develop beyond that. So you develop within your practice of helping others and being connected to source. And that's exactly how mine began. I had a good solid foundation, and then spirit took over the teaching. And the more you work on yourself, the more that you are open to tapping into all the gifts that you already have. So I hope that helps, Amanda. Yeah, I don't know if you like to doodle or you like to draw or paint. I'm seeing lots of color. So, and that might help just shift the brain for you. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Cody. Yes, the food does make sense. The doctor tells me to stop eating fatty stuff, and I have very low iron. And no, I don't have a horse, but I love animals. I have a dog. Excellent. Um, yeah, maybe listen to your doctor. Um, and good fats are called good fats for a reason. So maybe even switching over to some fats, but ensuring that they're good fats like avocado and oily fish and things like that. So, but once again, not a professional in that area. So go with your gut, because some things make you feel icky. And when you feel icky, and then it's almost like the ickiness kind of triggers the anxiety as well. So, and it's just this rounding, round and round and round she goes kind of thing. Okay. No worries, Lucinda. No worries, Cody. Oh, Janelle. Okay. Any guidance on how long until life at home gets easier and less stressful? um, you've uh, you've you've got a lot on your plate. Let me put my chair up. You do have a lot. It does. It feels like a lot on your plate. Um, and it feels like you're kind of doing for all the members that are there in your household. And some you're obviously doing more for than others, but there's still a level of what I'm feeling is a level of worry and anxiety that you hold for, maybe not anxiety, but worry, heavy worry that you hold for each and every one of them. And I know you're a mum, and it's kind of built into us to worry, but I think there's a level of over worry. And I know your situation is a bit complicated as well, so I don't want to minimize the importance of what you've got going on in your household. So they are showing me. So they're literally showing me like when the rain kind of stops and the sun comes out. So that's what they're showing me. So there are brighter days ahead. Um, I feel like things will be settling, and by December, they're showing me it'll feel like it's on. It's still you understand what I'm saying because I know a little bit about your situation. So it's still bumpy, but it's more on an even keel. Okay, so you're kind of doing these ones instead of those ones, if that makes sense. So yeah, December will feels like there's a little bit of space for you to kind of pop your head up and breathe. That's what it feels like. The thing is to manage your stress load and your worry load. And I know that energy affects the whole house, but I know that you can also do the work to cleanse and clear the whole house as well. So that's something that is uh, they're just referring to the fact that it's if you're diligent with that and also clearing your own energy field, that it'll help you to feel like you're on top of things. But there's also this feeling of needing to let go as well, because it's kind of like the chips will fall where they may. That's the feeling that I'm getting regarding this. And I know it's hard to watch things kind of come undone and trip and fall and get back up and all the rest of it. But that's the insight that they're offering you to cleanse and clear the space regularly yourself, and hand over your worry to spirit, but also hand over that sense of responsibility back to the people that are creating the bumpiness in your home. So I hope that makes sense. We're always a little bit cryptic on here, so Okay. Amanda's got some feedback. This makes so much sense as I already work with Ash and her crystal bowls, and art is something I already do. Excellent. Keep going with it. When I started channeling, I would journal. So I would write down exactly word for word, exactly how I felt using all of my sailor language and just spewed it onto the page. And then I found that spirit would come in and I would start channeling information, which was wonderful. And then I did hand drawn mandalas. So they used to take 8 hours from go to woe. And it was a great way to just focus and channel energy in that 8 hours. So it's a really good way for you to tune in. And I have no doubt that you'll find your path. Just ask spirit to present it. And look, I don't feel like there's any rush at the moment. So in the new year, I think some new things will open up to you, and you'll get a bit of direction regarding that. So yeah, okay, Janelle. Looking forward to more even keel, more clearing definitely required. It'll just help you stay on top of things, love. Okay, how are we going for time? Okay, Chloe, now you said you were stressed. I'm just trying to, but I feel like I'm trying to do everything and getting nothing in return. So, what is your question, Chloe? Hmm. Pop a question up. Okay, Michelle, I'm wondering if this is part of lifting fear out of my body and adrenals, my dad's lineage, or my own stuff regarding my lower chakras learning to open. Thank you. Okay, so I've just let everyone know I've worked with Michelle a few times and cleared quite a lot of stuff together. So, okay, but she said she had no sleep last night with heart racing all night and feeling weird. And I know, Michelle, you're really sensitive to energies and you've got a lot that you're processing in your body quite regularly. So, and that you're doing a lot of healing as well. Okay. Let me just give me a second to tune into that because it's a big space. Okay. All right, so they're just saying you understand the definition or the difference between feeling fear in your body, anxiety in your body, and I think because of all the health issues, it's like the lines have become blurred and it's a little harder for you to ascertain what's kind of going on. And that's where the confusion's coming from. And sometimes we just want to know. And I get that. I understand that. So if it is fear lifting out of your body, you have nothing to fear, correct? And if it is your adrenals, you know how to support your adrenals. Um, your dad's lineage is your stuff, okay? Because you share DNA. So it just keeps getting passed on. Mm. So they're just talking about calm and soothe. So they're just talking about cultivating and creating spaces where you can just get everything back down to a simmer, so to speak. That's the words that they're using. So you know what that is for you, whether the bath helps the salts as well is what I'm seeing. Salts regarding the magnesium. Oils as well is helpful. I'm sure you've got your own remedies as well. And feet flat on the earth is the other thing that they're showing me. And for a moment, just let all the wondering and all the pondering just go for a second and just allow yourself to pause. That's the insight that they're offering. So I hope that helps you. Okay, so I'm going to join your group sessions in October. Wonderful. May need a private too. We'll message you. No worries. So I've got nothing on this. I've got nothing available this week, and then I'm away on the weekend. So it will have to be next week. Alrighty. Okay. Excellent. Acupuncture this afternoon, and I drank magnesium, something big going on. Yeah, thank you on the pause. Because it's funny, the hard stuff kind of felt like, palpitations, which they can happen because of a physical issue and they can also happen because of ascension stuff. So it's just a matter of you eliminating which one's which, which can be difficult. So. Alrighty, I think that is all of your questions. So we're going to move into, which it is time, into the Trance channel. So thank you everyone for jumping on. I really appreciate that. So the Trance channel space is an opportunity for you to receive the guidance and the healing and the wisdom direct from spirit. As a trance channel, this is my space to blend and merge with high dimensional beings of light. And I literally jump off the cliff every time that we do these lives because I am unaware as to who's coming in. I don't check in, and it's a bit of a free fall. So it's good. It's healthy for me to be in those spaces, to work out of comfort zones and things like that. It's helpful for everyone to feel a little uncomfortable every time, or when you do things that are out of your comfort zone. Sorry, that makes no sense. That's because they're getting ready to channel, so my brain gets switched off. It is like a meditation, so they're asking you to have your body open and just breathe and listen. That's all you have to do. So to receive, and I think we'll just get to it and see what comes up. Okay, just give me a second to switch gears, because it is very much switching gears from psychic into this space. So just encourage you to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. As spirit begins to merge with me, I reach up and they reach down in frequency. So we kind of meet, not in the middle because their frequency is super, super high. They meet me down here somewhere, just a little bit above here. Okay, all right, they're going to have a bit of a chat first. So they're saying that there's a lot of turmoil that's going on at the moment for a lot of people, and even the outside world looks tumultuous, that you're seeing a. Okay, so they're referring to the fact that when you're seeing hazards, it's not in particular that they're your own hazards. You're seeing other people and the outside environment, and how you're seeing the patterns and the behaviors and the cycles. And when people are not moving out of their own way or not growing, everything just keeps rolling on in the same fashion. So that's what they're referring to as the hazards that are constantly kind of coming up and around, and people are kind of feeling stuck in this turmoil. Okay. So they just want you to check in with yourself and how you're perceiving your own life, whether you're seeing that there's hazards that are constantly coming up. It's an interesting definition for what they're referring to. Yeah, like, do you feel that your life is moving with ease and grace, and that everything that you require is kind of there for you when you need it? Or is it more of a kind of push-pull, or more of a kind of resistance to just feel what's going on for you at this moment, and to also be mindful of your belief system, because your self-talk will expose your belief system. So if an opportunity comes up, let's say, for instance, and you instantly have a thought that says something like, "Oh, I'll never get that, I'm not good enough." You've instantly blocked yourself from the opportunity of even trying for it. So to just be mindful of how you're limiting yourself. Okay. So, yeah, let me know if anyone feels like that. All right. Turmoil. They're also saying that energies at the moment are can feel tumultuous as well, because they peak and then they just kind of go up and down. Well, before, and I've spoken about this before, we used to have peaks and troughs, and we used to have plateaus, and we used to have pauses in between, and now it's just like bang, bang, bang. They're saying that, the end of the year is almost like a finishing line as well. So as we head more into the December month and the Christ consciousness, even though we're in Christ consciousness, there's a major influx of that frequency that comes in around December. So, okay, Michelle, so helpful on the internal and external. Thank you. Excellent. So yeah, it kind of feels like the end of the year is this marker, this finishing line. That's what they're referring to, and that there will be a little bit more open space for many of you regarding those that are aware of their own movements, and they're the way they're saying that, aware of their own movements, is referring to their whole being. So you're aware of your emotional wounding, you're aware of your negative self-talk, you're aware of your programming, and your how you've been indoctrinated, and kind of what's yours and what's not yours. So you're unlearning so that you can become who you really are. So they're saying that it will look a lot clearer for those that are aware in the coming year. And it's not to say there won't be a lot of turmoil, because there's a lot of souls that will be only just coming into their awareness in the following year as well. So they're just referring to the fact that there is an acceleration, and with any acceleration, there will also be an acceleration of emotions and wounding that comes up ready for healing. So you may find that there is quite a lot of agitation that is happening around around you, or even to you. So to just be mindful to understand that what is coming your way may not necessarily be about you. It could be about just people that are having their moment and that acceleration, and everything's kind of and they've got maybe they're lacking the awareness as to what's going on, and they're getting stuck in the turmoil. I don't think we're going into a trance channel tonight. I think I am just going to channel some information regarding what's coming for the year. So that's a little bit different. Um, okay, turmoil. There are some new there are a lot of new opportunities for a lot of you as well. So they're saying to take the bull by the horns, to relish in these spaces of opportunity and change and newness, because it's almost like you can't stay. Okay, so they're showing me pictures at the same time as talking to me, so I get information come in different ways. So they're showing me the chrysalis and the butterfly. You can't stay in there forever. You have to emerge, and when you emerge, you're going to be different. You're going to view things differently because you got butterfly eyes, not caterpillar eyes. Okay, so your whole DNA, your whole being, your whole essence has transformed. So they're saying to seize those opportunities where there's change. Obviously, use your discernment regarding what is best for you. But when you feel the resistance, they're asking you to feel into the resistance, to ascertain whether it is something coming up for you to process regarding belief systems and emotions and all of that, or whether it's not right for you. They're saying that it will be a lot easy for many of you to and it's a tried and true. They're saying it's a tried and true experience, because they're referring to the fact that it'll be a lot easier for many of you to listen to your intuition. It's like the volume has just gone up slightly on a lot of people's intuition in the coming year. And our intuition tends to be something that's on really low decibels. It's really, really quiet, and we have to learn to tune into it. But they're saying that it'll feel like it's just been turned up a notch for a lot of you in the coming year. Which is wonderful. To be more comfortable in the space of trusting your own intuition, trusting your own insight and direction that you're being given, and your discernment. They're also saying to not. It's interesting because you may find that there's a lot of or some relationships that will fall away, and that is okay. It's not to say, we still need to grieve as well. So there's still a process, there's still emotions that might come up, there's still, you might feel hard done by, or, that they overstepped their boundaries, or they didn't support you, or they took too much, or I don't know, whatever it is. But they're just saying, as things fall away, just understand that it is creating space. And I know this may feel quite generic, I've heard this time and time again, but obviously someone needs to hear this here. That as things fall away, you are creating more space for new energies to come in. So as you're shedding that chrysalis, it feels like a lot of you will be shedding a lot of layers in your life. So it could be personally, it could be professionally, it could even be physically, that you're going through transformations as well. But next year really feels like a more of an open space for you to kind of do that. I still feel like a lot of people are kind of hanging on for 2022. It feels like a bit of hanging on energy, and 2023 will create a little bit more open space for people to flourish in their transformation, is what they're talking about. Okay, let's see if there's anything else they have to say. I think that's it. It's just about seizing the change, working on those emotional connections that you have and those that are dropping away, and understanding the turmoil is not necessarily yours. If it becomes yours, then there's something to look at there. Faith and trust will be your best ally in all of this. They're just referring to when you're in the midst of the turmoil to bring yourself back into your center. And you can easily do this by just one, being out in nature, breathing, thinking about something that you love. It could be, a child. It could be the joy you get from an activity. Bringing yourself back into your center is a really valuable tool to have when there's so much turmoil that's going on around. Okay. And the turmoil for a lot of society, they're going to be a bit cryptic here, or I'm going to be a bit cryptic here, will be unfolding over the coming years. So it's 2023, 2024 is what I'm being shown. And as many of us are coming out of our chrysalis and we've got all this space and we're perceiving things on a different level, it will feel like that's happening on the periphery, like it's not kind of interjecting into your field, and many of you will be able to maintain that that feeling and that perspective, which is also a beneficial space to be in, to not become overwhelmed by collective energy. They're also referring to the fact that many of you are also assisting and helping out with the collective energy. So every time you are doing work on yourself and that you are anchoring light, you are actually helping the collective. So they just want you to know, and to, there's a feeling of applause, not quite the right energy, but love that's being sent to you guys regarding the work that you're doing, because the work that you do for self helps many, is what they're saying. But they also want you to know that the energy of one and the energy of the next one and the next one that does it, even though you're a minority, together you create a monumental wave of change and love and difference. Okay, so to not feel, the word they're giving is forlorn, which is definitely not a word that I use. To not feel forlorn or downhearted regarding what you're perceiving in the world, to make sure you get back into your heart space and focus on the love, because it is the key to the changes that are yet to come regarding the world and what the world looks like and the way that we interact with each other. Yeah. And they're just like, the reference they're giving me is to just trust that one foot will go in front of the other. Okay. And that you'll know when to stand still. But either way, you'll be putting one foot, and I'm just seeing like one foot, like not even big steps. Like that's all we have to do. So that willingness to step forward, and that trust that when you step forward, there'll be something beneath your feet to land on. Okay. So I think that trust in your intuition, the trust in your discernment, and then kind of what follows is a trust in spirit, and a trust in the unknown is another big one. A trust that we don't, I have a saying that in my classes, that it's above our pay grade, because our brain in this linear phase or state is not capable of perceiving the quantum multidimensional understanding of the operations and the way everything works up there. So what we do receive is a 101, a beginner's kind of version, and it's enough for us. And it's about learning to be okay with the unknown, and it is the epitome of faith and trust, really. So they go hand in hand, that journey. Okay, they're just going to wrap it up, and they want you to apply feelings of trust and faith in a situation that you've got going on. So surrendering the turmoil, the noise, the hazards, the fear, even the perceptions of what it is, what it could be, what it might look like, all the busyness, to get into your center and send some light to the situation and just relax your body, release all the stress and tension that you have around whether it is the unknown or whether it is a specific situation, and just allow. So it just is, and it will be. And I'm going to say, I am, you are, I am all that I am. So everything is in perfect divine order. Your higher self is here to guide you, and they're always with you, and they're guiding you towards all the situations and experiences in your life for the opportunities for your growth. Okay. So it's not about good, bad. It's about opportunities. That's how I perceive it. So that's your homework, guys. And I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to thank you for taking this journey with me. I love that this ended up in a slightly different space, which is great. I took the leap and just went with it. And that's one thing with working with spirit, is that you learn to let go of the reins and just allow everything to unfold, knowing that it'll just be whatever it needs to be. So be kind to yourselves. And I look forward to seeing you in a fortnight and hearing your feedback on how you went in releasing those connections to outcomes and situations, and moving more into a state of ease and grace. All right. So be kind to yourselves, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye.